Aiken Sanborn maps. This is instructions for this lesson. So what our task is, what our goal or aim for today is to create visual representations of information. So what we're doing is we are using the Aiken Fire Insurance Sanborn maps. You see these down here. So it's 1884, 1904, and 1918. And what we're doing in class is we're actually counting the different types of structures that are here. So if you looked at the key up here, you could see that there are frame structures, brick structures, stone structures, iron, adobe, and then some special structures. So we went through as a class and we worked in groups and we actually counted up all the yellow and we recorded that. We counted up all the pink. We recorded that, and so on and so forth. And we did that for each of the 3 years. So I've sent you the data that you need in order to create your visual representations of that. So our first thing that we did was we collected the data, okay? And since we did that in class, I'm just sending that data to you. All right, you do need this document right here. So I'm underneath the rubric, and you can see this document right here. If you click it, it will open somewhere on your computer. So I'm opening this document for you to see. Okay, so now what you're going to do is when this document opens, you're going to fill in the chart right here with the data that I sent you via email. Okay, and now we're going to be creating 2 different types of graphs. First graph you're going to create is called a bar graph. So you want to be underneath your verbs, your words, okay, your verbiage. So you can see here that, make sure you do enable editing if you have not done that. That's why I couldn't go anywhere. All right, so now I'm ready to work on this document. So I'm underneath all of the content and I'm going to create graphs. So I'm going to come to the insert here and notice that on insert you have the option for chart. So for a bar graph, you can choose one of 2, the column, or you can choose the word bar. One's horizontal, one's vertical. So it's really up to you. I like the vertical one myself. You can also scroll across the top here and see the different options that it has for it. So I'm going to choose this 3D version and choose OK. So I love Microsoft Word because it makes life so simple for us. So look at this beautiful chart already comes up. So initially I'm going to change my title. So I just click in the box. And that allows me to put in my own title. And we did Aiken Building Materials. And so I'm typing this in, okay? And now notice it automatically opened up an Excel page for you. So here in your Excel, you're going to add your data. So again, use the email that I sent you. So we had 3 years. We had 1884. These are the maps that we looked at, 1904 and 1918. Then across the side here, we would put all of our materials, and there are 6 of them. So you're going to go all the way down to number 7, where you'll have your specials. Please don't list them by color because nobody would understand what color is. Okay, so once you have all of your items listed down the side, notice I didn't fill them in for you because I want you to do it. You're going to then change the data to match the data that's in the chart I sent you. And my information may not match yours because I am going off of information that is on the board in the class currently, and so it may not match yours. Okay, so I'm putting in all of my data here, and once I put the data in for that year, you'll notice that my chart automatically changed. You can see my 1884, my 1904, my 1918, and then you can see my different categories across the bottom, and then it tells me which one is which. Now, I could take my data off, and if I do take my data off, notice that I can right-click and choose to edit data, and that Excel document will come back up. Okay, so I'm taking that off. I do want you to see there's some awesome features over here. You can add different things. You can add titles. You can add labels. The labels tell you exactly how many were in each category, so it's up to you what you want to do. This one allows you to change colors, or you can go to a gradient. Okay, so you have some things that you can do on this one. Now, you can also change the color. I'm just clicking right in the bar, and when I go to my fill option, I can choose to fill it with a different color. And now it's filled with a different color. Okay, so you have lots of options of things that you can do once you're in your graph, so kind of experiment with that and make us a nice visual representation of the data that we collected. All right, so once you've done the bar graph, I do want you to experiment with at least one pie chart. Pie charts can only be done for each year. You can't put multiple years in one pie chart. So choose a year, or if you're ambitious and you're like, hey, I like using these charts, then experiment with other charts as well. So again, go to your insert and choose your chart mode. And this time we're doing a pie chart. So you come to the pie chart. Again, I'm going to choose the 3D version because I really like the 3D look. I'm going to go to OK. What you're going to see here is it opens up to your chart, but then it also has your Excel document for you to put your data in. So I'm simply going to come in where it says sales. I'm going to put the year that I'm choosing, 1884. On the side here, I need to put all of the types of materials they used. Okay, so put your materials in. I think it looks good. And then once you have all 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm sorry, all 6 in, then you need to put your data in. And once you put your data in, it's going to change the graph for you. Okay, so I'm just throwing some data in here. So this is not the data I sent you, so use the data that I sent you so you can see that for 1884 I was able to put in my data. But notice I have second quarter, fourth quarter, there are no materials of such, and I misspelled special, so make sure you do yours correctly. Again, you have that option, I've done my data. If it's gone, I can right click and choose edit data, but I can also choose to add data labels if I want. So you have data labels there, or you can take them off. You can choose your coloring or your mode. There's one here. See, that tells you what each kind is. I like that. They also had one that did the percentages, which I like that as well. Like this one tells you the percentages of each. I like that. So choose what works for you and what you think is a great visual representation of the information that you are trying to bring to your audience. So the minimum requirements are you have a bar graph that shows all of the information we collected and at least one pie chart. Okay, you can do a pie chart for each year if you're digging this and you want to experiment, because the purpose of this activity is to help us get comfortable with using our Microsoft Digital tools in making charts and graphs to represent data that we collect. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.